Hello everyone, Kherny here. We're starting a new series, Warlock the Exiled. We're going to try out Wrath of the Naga campaign, which is the new campaign they've just released. So let's have a look at the settings we're going to be using. Single player. I've played this a fair bit and I was quite a veteran of the original game, so we'll put it on to challenging. We'll put the spawn rate on low. That's if you bought this game at release, you'll know all about the spawn rate, which is now adjustable. Every so often you'll have monster spawns appearing throughout the world, and it was insane when this game first came out. It became the game just holding them off. I must have spent, I don't know, it might have something. It was a lot of hours playing the first campaign. Probably the majority of it was just fending off the monster spawns, but thankfully they listened to the criticism and they put in an option now to alter the spawn rate. So I'll be putting that down to half. Hopefully that'll have lowered it down enough. We'll be playing on the Clear Threat campaign, which is the new campaign, Wrath of the Naga. And apparently there's only one victory type for that. Now the world config we'll be playing on is huge. We'll have 4 rival mages, and for the rival mage we will pick, I used to always play the dragon in the original one, and I'll pick Tal Calasil in this one. Now there's a special mechanic with this guy. Instead of ruling your empire, he effectively is a part of your empire when you play. Normally you're a godless entity who rules from above, but with this character you actually have a character on the map that you move about who counts as effectively as like a city unit in a way. But I won't be playing with that mechanic in this game, so we'll customise it. We'll turn that off. I'll be playing, the race I'll be choosing is the monster race, which is the race I like to play in this game. There is a new one there, Nagas, but I won't play Nagas in the Wrath of the Naga campaign. So we'll try monsters, and being monsters we're all about the food production, so we'll increase that. We'll also have Nicholas Frost, who was actually one of the great mages from the original game. We'll call him in and top it off with some trade, some extra bit of money at the beginning. He was originally a mage in the first game, and his history is that he's now serving the existing great mages, so we'll call him up. So let's start with those settings. Right, we started off with our capital city of Cliff Nest. There's Nicholas Frost just there, highlighted. And we've got 1 unit of Goblin Archers and 1 unit of Ratman Robbers. Now, what sort of land are we on? We're on a kind of desert world. What is it? A desert world, yeah. Here's basically the world as we know it. Ardania from the original game was split apart into lots of different shards of different types, and it looks like our end goal will be Anadra, which is Ardania, the mirror world. Right, there is a limit in this game. I've kept it on. It's basically lets you the managed cities, where you control the build queue and unit production, you have a limit on that, and at the moment that limit's 5. It will increase through research in various different ways. You can continue to build other cities, and you just don't specialise them. We can only have 5 managed ones. We can have as many gold producing and mana producing ones as we like. So let's get started. First things first, there's our event queue on the right. Select new research. Now I like to have fertile land, so to get that, we have to have lesser heal, which leads to fertile land. So we'll go for that. Next on the event queue is to build a building on the left hand side. We're all about the food. Now the question is, do we specialise our first building? If you specialise your buildings, it can help a lot. You could have a food producing city and just put as many food producing upgrades as you can into it. Now I'm not quite sure at the moment of the size. I think it's quite small, this initial shard you start in. So, but I think we will just start off with a little bit of extra food. And to be honest, I know myself, being Wrath of the Naga, there's going to be a lot of water in this. Well, there'll be some kind of water situation, so we'll need a harbour there. Once we build a harbour, that will enable our units to travel across the water, which I think will play a part in this expansion. So let's have a look. We've got a pub. One of the good things about the monster faction as well is if you look at the top left, you can see the production of food, gold, mana, and research. Now the food that you produce, half of the food production gets converted into gold, so it's highly efficient to have as many food producing buildings as you can. So let's have a look. Now we've got a special building there, a fishing village. Because it's next to water, that's actually better than a farm, so I think we'll go with that. Gives us a little bit of extra gold production as well, as we are at the moment in deficit. Right, production wise, we want to make a spearman and an archer for now. Now let's start exploring. Easy victory, scarabs in a scarab lair.
Freeze! Ready to pillage!
Ratman robbers. Great movement rate, 5 movement there. We'll take it one square at a time, just while we uncover what's around. Flying units, and that's no good for a melee to fight with, so they'll move that way.
Archers!
Archers. They can have a crack at the flying unit. Good, good. A spearman can be built in the city. We know that. We've got them queued. And we've got a new achievement. Entering a desert world. Good, good. First turnover. Your Highness, about all of this United One business, I don't like it. He can't possibly expect you to stay in the Outer Worlds forever. The United One must be up to something, and there's only one way to find out what it is. You must travel through the worlds to Anadra, Ardania's mirror world. Please use the nearest portal, my lord. Now, where is the nearest portal? We don't know. Basically, use a portal between the worlds. Fine, I accept your judgment. 40 gold if we complete that quest. Now, let's move the units again. First off,
ready to shoot something?
now we can't see the flying unit. Where's he disappeared to? We might have took him out in one turn. Right, well, we've pillaged the snake's nest, 40 gold.
Release! Aim!
First few turns all about exploring your initial shard. Now these guys are a bit like glass cannons here, they're quite good offensively. As you can see there, the green bars in the bottom left, we've got the advantage, 7-5.
To battle!
They get a bit better later on, the Ratman robbers. Right, what do we find there? Some artifact armour with some death magic resistance on, and 10 mana. Excellent. Now Nicholas Frost, he can loot the Scarab Lair. 10 mana. Right, we've got some living plains there. That actually heals whoever's standing on it. Some pumpkin farms. If you build on them, they give you a good amount of food. Always good. Now I think we can take those out from here. Unfortunately, with the gap, we won't be able to loot it, which means they'll keep spawning. We'll keep an eye on that. In turn. Right, we've got another building can be constructed. Because the borders have expanded now. Every time the city levels up. Now we can make a pumpkin farm there, which is 4 food production and 4 mana production. That's very good. Or Shrine of the Rotten Pumpkin. That gives us a Blessing of the Hillowin, which I think is +3 regeneration for units, which can come in handy. Right now though, we'll go for the food and mana, as that will increase our gold production, hopefully take us out of deficit, and that will take us out of a deficit for the mana as well. So at the moment we're going into food production for the main city. Now, we can now build gnome settlers, which we definitely want to do. Now let's clear out the rest of the city. Oh, crossing the desert hills cost too much there for him to carry on attacking. I was going to take out the flying unit. Right, Snake's Nest or Lost Caravan. Let's go to the Lost Caravan. 50 gold. And have we got enough to get to the Snake's Nest? Yeah. Excellent.
Oh, you know we spear,
Right,
yes?
a spear unit has been created. We're going to the west. Flying unit, we can't deal with them with a melee. Gnome settlers can be recruited. That's okay, we know that.
Spears ready.
And we've finished production on the fishing village. Good, excellent. Still in deficit. Right, in the next turn. Tax
Congratulations. You have successfully researched a new spell, my lord.
Your Highness, your treasury is almost empty. Order a tax increase to get more money from your citizens. Right, no way my people pay more than they should. That makes them... There's an unrest factor if you have too many of the manageable town cities. If you go over the manageable amount, which at the moment is 5. But that keeps the unrest down. The second option is will give us put our unrest negative into the negative, but give us 25% money production for 5 turns. Or again, we can work them even harder, increase the taxes and take all they have. That gives us 50% money production and the same amount of unrest. Well, I know that that's going to be sorted out soon, so we won't do any of that. We'll keep our people happy. No way, my people already pay more than they should, which gives us unrest, helps us with the unrest factor. Now the gold at the moment, yeah, we'll soon have that sorted. Now we've studied lesser heal, so we'll start the next research. We want to do fertile lands.
Ready to pillage.
Now, let's have a look. We'll send the Ratman robbers off to finish off these scarabs.
Don't play with
Nicholas
gold.
Frost can take out these flying bats. That's leveled him up.
Ho, ho, ho.
Now, what perk should we pick? 20% elemental damage, a couple of resistances, or resistance to missile. Now I tend to, there's his stats, there's the resistances down this side. Now I would normally go for resistance to missile, so we'll go with that. 35% missile resistance, so this is a ranged unit himself. See, we can't move anymore with Nicholas. Oh, there's a portal. A dangerous bridge. This bridge is cursed. You cannot cross it until you find a way to remove the curse. Now, what are our choices? Read the spell written on the obelisk nearby. Maybe it will lift the curse and open the bridge. One of the following will happen. A 50% chance that the curse is lifted and a 50% chance that your domain is cursed, which will give us minus melee, missile and elemental magic resistance for 5 turns. Okay. Hire the Mage Guild, which we can't because that costs an incredible amount of money and mana. What's the last third option? I don't care for any curses. Hey, you march onto that bridge this instant. That will give us a negative to our unrest and also curse the realm. Okay. So we have no, we'll go with the top option then. Either a definite negative or 50% chance. Ah, domain is cursed. Oh, well, we'll keep exploring then while the domain's cursed. Try not to get into any battles for a few turns. We'll leave him there just so we don't incite any aggro. Right, that time the curse was lifted. We need to build that pumpkin farm. We're getting into the more high deficit, although we've got a bit of a fund built up. Let's carry on exploring around the edges. Right, that's about the limit of our domain that way. We virtually covered it all. We need to start thinking about where we'll place a few cities. I think we'll have one down here, one over here as well, to the bottom left, and one to the bottom right, that is. Alright, we've recruited another unit, some archers. We'll send them over to deal with that flying bats. I think the Ratman robbers don't need to go down there. They'll go into our own domain, help them recover their mana quicker. Health, sorry. Now Nicholas can't get over there until we have some kind of flying unit or we terraform the terrain. So I think we'll take him to the west. We will have to keep someone stationed here to keep an eye on the spawn from that monster camp.
Release! Aim!
And turn again. There we go, the pumpkin farm's been built. That's sorted out the deficit there. We're now actually into the positive. Construction complete. And there's the little where you see where the title is there, Cliff Nest, just on the left hand side, the number 5 with the green bar that's filling up. Once that reaches the top, 12 o'clock, that'll be another level. We'll be able to build a new building. Right.
Robbers!
Let's rest the robbers.
Attention!
The spearmen will... we'll leave them for a second. We'll think about that.
Archers! Sproing!
Let's clear out the last dregs. Let's level them up. Now, first perk I always go with is resistance to missile. Makes them more durable. Now, spearmen. I think we'll bring them back to the city. They can be the permanent guard stationed on there for now, along with a unit of archers. We'll also change the build queue. We want some... okay. I'd like to get some rats out for exploration, but we need the Ratman Guild for that. That'll be next. We'll build that next. Right, we'll just start producing settlers. Till that happens. End turn.
Who calls me?
Right, new turn. Blessed be the day, reports of numerous treasure throughout the lands. Now we've recruited a settler. Right, we'll get him down. We'll start him off over here, this one. Now, who's the next units? Let's get the man robbers. Start them off towards the portal.
Ho, ho, ho!
Best archers in the world!
That'll be our expeditionary force, a unit of robbers, archers, and Nicholas Frost.
Don't play with gold!
We are here!
These spearmen can stay and guard the city. End turn. Our spell research is about 40% done, for nearly 50.
Woo! Time to move!
Let's rest them one turn to get them to full strength before they go through the portal. Send Nicholas through. Right, that completed the quest. Excellent. This way, world by world, you will reach Anadra. Once there, we shall see what we can do with the United one. 40 gold reward. What kind of world is this? A living world. Let's have a look. An elven world, and it's called Terra Tar. It's a tiny size. Nothing of interest on it. Right, we're getting nearer to Anadra. Send the archers through as well. Well, what have we got over there? Some bears. Unfortunately, if they're within this living forest, they're going to regenerate their health. So we'll need to focus fire on them. Archers will bring this way to keep an eye on that spawn over there. We'll set the spearmen on sentry so they don't keep pestering us.
Yes?
End turn. was close. I'll retreat them. Nicholas Frost can deal with that. Right, build a pumpkin farm on a local resource, and that will get us 50 gold, 30 mana. Right, we'll do that.
Ready to
Someone's
pillage.
levelled up. Our Ratman robbers. Alright, first thing we'll do there, we've got a choice of defense bonus on rugged terrain, 20% melee damage, which on 11 won't work out as very much. And resistance of 30 to melee, we'll take that. And send them through the portal. I should have probably waited there till I would move some of the others out of the way.
You
Let's get our
point,
bowman back
we
through.
shoot.
And into our own terrain, so they'll start healing nicely.
You know a nice place for a city.
Right, second city. We'll do it somewhere down here in the bottom right. There's a nice space up the top left there as well we'll be using. Right, we'll bring in down there. We could probably squeeze 2 in there, to be honest. We'll see. We'll do that. Right, let's Nicholas deal with
You
these
have been
bears.
naughty.
Nice one, Nicholas. Being ratmen, we'll get a bonus in the woods. All beastmen, one of their little traits is they get a defense bonus in forests, but they're weak to missile. That's why I've increased that missile. Well, I do normally increase the missile stat. Good scouts, these guys.
Archers!
Now let's move them over here.
Build, build, build!
Next turn we'll build our second city. Alright, and we need to keep building settlers. Possibly... Right. Slight deficit again. I'll have to think about that. Right, a lord is offering his services to you. Sheila the Relieving High Healer. Yeah, we'll take her for now. Right, let's have a look there. We've got an item I forgot about. That'll increase our death magic resistance. I think we'll give it to Nicholas.
Ho, ho,
Oops.
ho.
Oh, hang on. Oh, it's armour. They can only have rings and weapons. Now the spearmen have levelled up. Let's give them resistance to missile. Regenerate them. Start exploring with our ratman robbers. Actually, we'll go to the bear den and loot it. Alright, some trolls over there.
Someone in need?
Now, I think we'll leave her for a second. Let's build the next city.
We have founded a new city.
Now, we don't want it to be managed. We'll have a special city. We'll convert that to I think we'll try out. We'll do a religious city. Freetown will get us some money. Actually, go with gold on that one. That's producing in the bottom left. 3 gold at the moment. As it increases over time, an unmanaged city will just increase. Now this unit's going to watch this snake's nest. We'll leave them on sentry duty. Now I think it's 3 squares range before you can build another city. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We still wouldn't squeeze another one in anyway. Let's go over here.
Someone in need?
Now, I think I'll take her with Nicholas Frost to the north through the portal, and
Rule number 3. Obey.
end the turn there.
Your Grace.
Your Grace, did you feel it? An earthquake, but not an ordinary one. The world
Not
was
an
trembling all
ordinary
at
one.
once.
The worlds were trembling all at once. Something strange is going on, and... No, it can't be the drummers, as they were defeated, were they not?
Right, and I think we'll call that there for the first episode. That it for the first episode? Right, I'll see you next time.